What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 2K19 Universe Mode Worlds Collide. It's Smackdown time once again. Adam Cole versus Darth Maul. I'm going to give it to Darth Maul, obviously. We got a potential rivalry between the Club and the Bunny and the Miz as a tag team. Wait, what? Harper, Rowan, Gallows, Anderson. But that's not what that screen shows. That doesn't show... I mean... Okay. That was... Where... This game is so broken. What else is new? Where'd the Bunny go? Eric Young versus Kofi Kingston, following up on last time where it was Eric Young versus Big E. And this time, it will be a tables match. And so I welcome you to a fine Wednesday here on the program. Some wrestling things to discuss, and also Smackdown from last night. And first and foremost, Cody Rhodes out there on the Twitter sphere saying, hey, you guys know any top unsigned independent wrestlers out there? I'm just curious. And why, oh why, would he want to know that if not for the fact we have this current rumor of there being a new wrestling company next year, All Elite Wrestling. Come on, Cody. You ain't slick. You ain't slick. But, I mean, I'm sure it could be alright. He's planning for an All-In 2. Also, a obviously very potential thing to ask that question for. But come on. They already filed the trademarks. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway... Speaking of independence, where you aren't a top unsigned, you're now locked down on the British independent scene with that whole NXT thing going on. You've noticed, if you've been on Twitter, that a lot of the people defending that whole contract restriction decisions all seem to be already signed to NXT UK. And it's like, every time that you see that kind of directive, it's because that WWE had sent out emails to their talent saying, hey, make sure you mention this thing on your social media pages. It happens a lot, where you see, alright, all of a sudden, everyone is discussing this same issue that all just happens to work there. It's because they sent out these email directives and say, alright, make sure you mention it on social media. That is definitely a thing that happens in the business, if you will. And one thing to mention that was going around yesterday for a little bit, from some dodgy news source, was that the curb stomp was banned, and that it was going to be the Falcon Arrow as his finish going forward for Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth himself was like, that's not right, that's inaccurate reporting. So there you go. From the man himself, we have that rumor shot down. So best of luck next time, cage side news, ringside, whatever your name was. That is not the case, according to Seth. And we'll see. We'll see if he hits the curb stomp on Raw, like next week or the week after, or at TLC, if you will. Kofi here, you shouldn't be clapping. With Eric Young, creative chaos in the ring, you should not be clapping. He can put you away in a heartbeat. He beat Big E. Come on now. So all that being said, we move on to discussing Smackdown Live from last night. And nice kip up there. Moonstomp. This match feels like it's running this in fast motion for some reason. I don't know why. It feels too fast for what it is. Like I'm watching it in fast forward. I don't know. Anyway, so Smackdown. Now, I don't know if it's a byproduct, boom drop, of Raw just being so abysmal this week. But man, Smackdown was like a breath of fresh air. Like the pace and the stories that they were telling, everything felt like, alright, this feels fresh. And I'm not sure if it's any better than SmackDown usually is, but compared to Raw, SmackDown was amazing. You're like, oh, this is a fun show to watch. I'm enjoying it. Things are happening. So, good times. And part of that, obviously, is you opened with Becky coming out, still champion, and being the man. New Titantrons, new graphics, all that good stuff, right? And Kofi, thank you for finally picking up a table and introducing into this table match. That would be most appreciated. Mr. Kofi. So, they originally announced, hey, it's going to be Becky and Charlotte one more time at TLC in a TLC match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But then the rest of the roster takes issue with that. They're like, hey, what about our shot? we're here too. We all have our own unique character motivations because we have a much better division on SmackDown than Raw has, a Raw women's division, so that's always fun. And then Paige was like, you know what? You're right. You all do deserve shots. Therefore, we're going to put you all in a battle royal in the main event, and the winner of that gets added as the third member in that match at TLC, making it a triple threat match. And cool. You know what? Because A, that gives you the opportunity to not have Becky or Charlotte get pinned and lose heat there, because A, it's a TLC match, and B, it'll be a triple threat. So you can kind of finagle that match, finagle that finish, and also being a TLC, being on a dual-branded pay-per-view, means the opportunity for some Ronda Rousey interference during that TLC match, and being a triple threat can cause some more chaos, and that all can work out in your favor, in a positive way. But I will give a special shout out to the writers for actually having Mandy Rose mention Team PCB. Originally the submission sorority, which is the porn thing. But yes, mentioning continuity, Team PCB, that's pretty good. So, kudos on the writers for actually being, hey, they have history. Paige, Charlotte, Becky, PCB. Kudos. Good stuff. So, speaking of things that made no sense, I guess, we had the Usos versus the Bar. And not there on the show was the Big Show, because apparently he turned on the Bar. Does that make the Big Show a face again, considering he just turned heel like a month and a half ago for Super Showdown? So that is just the most Big Show thing in the world, is to constantly change his alignment. That's kind of what he does. But it might just be him not wanting to be with the Bar anymore. He might still be a heel. We don't know. He wasn't actually there in the ring doing things. It was a backstage earlier today type video thing. So just the briefest of things, and he's a face now? I don't know. It's the Big Show. It would not surprise me. So when is someone here gonna go through a table? They have definitely taken their sweet time in finishing up this match between Kofi and EY. And Kofi should get some revenge here for EY beating Big E. Like, that was that was an upset in my opinion. So can Kofi do the thing where he just does the Irish whips into the table over and over and over? It's exhausting. Come on, Kofi, figure it out. Computer AI, figure it out. Because, man, you are too stupid. Eric Young, about to do it. But no, Kofi Kingston fighting back. I would have thought, hey, finish the match. But no, we're back into this Irish whip garbage where it's just terrible. Okay, I have tried my best to sit here and be patient, but it's been like 15 minutes of this. And you know what? I'm going to take direct control here of Kofi Kingston with 2 finishers and just end this match. Because, come on, this is ridiculous. Come on, really? Really? I don't care, Eric. You put me through the table, that's fine. But this game needs to stop being so freaking buggy and glitchy and let me use a stupid table. Yeah, do it. Do it. Fine. Whatever. You know? I don't even care. Just put me through a table. All I'm asking you. Just put me through a table. Please. Please. Here we go. Into the corner. Into the table. Triangle, triangle. Why can't I do a table finisher? What the hell? Fine, sure. I'll take it. Too stupid. And here is your winner, avenging Big E's loss. But EY seems a bit upset about that and fires back, but Kofi hits him out of the ring, and that's the end of that segment. Thank you. After that is Jeff Hardy, Blockamora, Chad Gable, and Jack O'Lantern. I will give it to the 20-year veteran, Jeff Hardy. Potential rivalry between Rusev and Colonel Sanders. I'll say Rusev. All day, day. Rusev Day. Drew vs. AJ TLC match. Speaking of TLC, one-on-one once again. Handshake. Don't trust the handshake from McIntyre. Seriously. And then a slap to the face. Sure, why not? in the house. Speaking of the phenomenal AJ Styles on Smackdown last night, out there cutting a promo about how he was always there for all the TVs, all the house shows, all the pay-per-views. And it's like, that's really funny considering the current rumor is AJ is renegotiating his contract to work less dates. He wants to work less shows. So, kind of a funny promo in the context of what's going on in real life, if you will. Now then, we didn't have Nakamura and Rusev. It was supposed to be Nakamura and Rusev, and Nakamura attacked Rusev before the match even started, hit 2 Kinshasas, and that was the end of that whole segment. That moved on to the Jeff Hardy 20-year career celebration that was interrupted by Samoa Joe, who made some shots about his sobriety and whatnot. And considering Joe was there at TNA when Jeff Hardy was too wasted to have a match with Sting in TNA, he should know of all people. So, you know, just kind of, Joe is just so savage in his promos. It's good stuff. So I guess we're going to get a Joe and Jeff program. And also, why was Cole there on SmackDown? That was weird. You don't have anybody else do your in-ring interviews on SmackDown besides Cole, who's a Raw guy? Strange, but sure, why not? You had Kofi Kingston versus The Miz in a thing, because Miz is still doing this thing with Shane, which is still hilarious. And you had Kofi beat The Miz. That's fine. A lot of just New Day shenanigans there. It's fine. There was Randy Orton out there with Rey Mysterio in like a neck brace doing a thing, and that was, you know, another in-ring segment. It was fine. And then you had Miz and Shane backstage. Be like, where were you? And getting the trophy all shined up. That was pretty funny. And then obviously, your main event of the evening was that Women's Battle Royal, which Asuka won. And man, how hot was that crowd when it was just Asuka and Sonya Deville? They were just losing their minds for Asuka. So yes, it will be Becky versus Charlotte versus Asuka, TLC at TLC. And that to me could potentially steal the show, because we know that Becky and Charlotte can deliver. Now, I have to question the risk involved of having Becky, who just had a concussion from Nia Jax, putting her in a TLC match. But I will say that having Asuka in there does perhaps mitigate the amount of bumps that Becky has to take, so that does help that a little bit. But it still seems a little bit like, do you want to have her in with tables, ladders, and chairs after just having her face broken by Nia? That seems like a bit risky to me, but what do I know? McIntyre bringing in that solid steel ladder to the show, to the beardness. Will he climb that ladder and get that meaningless briefcase? Drew, can you please get the ladder? Can you please? Why today is all the AI freaking out over the simplest things? Just hit the L1 button, Drew. It's not that hard. Oh my god. Look at his little walk. Look at his little... I can't with this game today. I really, really can't with this game today, Drew. Seriously. Gonna get a table. Hey, AJ picked it up with no problem. Imagine that. Imagine that, AJ. Imagine that. 2. Stupid. And then he gives me a side walk slam. Lame. Really? You're gonna come that fast? That fast, AJ? No. How about no? Now, I gotta play a dumb minigame and actually sit here and play the game, which I don't want to even be doing right now. Like, seriously. I'm gonna go over here and hit that Claymore kick on AJ Styles. Hey, AJ, how about a Claymore? And he reverses the Claymore. That's fine. Whatever. That's fine. He's phenomenal. Whatever. Get out of the ring, AJ. Seriously. Drew here, gonna be the Drew. The Drew! And climb this ladder. And I can't even get it to work. That's fine. Whatever. And we're gonna reach. And we're gonna play the dumb minigame as we do here on the show. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 3. That's 4. That's... Alright, cancel. Cancel. Reverse. I want to get down. I can't get down. Awesome. Awesome. I can't do anything right now. And here comes the phenomenal AJ Styles just pulling me down because he feels like it. But guess what, AJ? I reversed you, and I throw you back out of my ring. and then climb the ladder once again, going all the way to the top and doing the minigame again. There we go, there we go, there we go, and there we go. Seriously, must I do everything myself today? McIntyre wins. And your main event, All Might versus Rey Mysterio, solid steel cage. Now you might think being locked in this cage would mean that All Might is safe from the wrath of Randy Orton. But we all know that no one is safe from the Viper. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you go. Viper's gonna find you. Viper's gonna get you. But man, the size differential here between All Might and Rey Mysterio is pretty staggering. But Rey is the biggest little man in the history of the business. So if anybody could get this job done against the bigger, stronger, taller All Might, it would be Rey Mysterio. It would be some booyaka booyaka Rey Mysterio. But again, we'll see. We'll see. Can Rey get the job done here? But right now, All Might just thoroughly trouncing the much tinier Mysterio. Thoroughly and completely just thrashing him. Just call for the door, All Might. Just seriously, call for the door and let it be over. Because you're just, like, literally twice his size, pretty much. And then the big elbow. Boom. Dropping it on the little tiny Rey. Little tiny Rey Mysterio. And All Might going up. All Might making the climb up this solid steel cage. Finding his footing. Mysterio, though, is never give up. Never say die. Never surrender. Escape the cage, Rey. I know you can do it. Fly to the top of that cage. I know you can. And now Mysterio beginning the ascent. And then using that rope to his advantage and diving on All Might. And again, going back up. Will he dive again? Or will he actually climb this cage and escape this brutal structure of solid steel? All Might, though, stirring. All Might, he's like the same height with Mysterio on the top rope. He's the same height. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And Rey just coming down now to fight, fight, fight. But no! The choke slam! 7 feet in the air. Good God Almighty. Just call for the door at that point. Seriously, just call for the door. Mysterio, though, springboard! Does not get the job done. Boom! Oh, man. Just hucks him up. Detroit smash to the face. What more do you want? But Mysterio still fighting back, shockingly enough. Can he hit that 619 on All Might? Setting up for it. Rey's dialing it up. 619 to All Might. And not dropping the dime, shockingly enough. All Might just totally no-sold that, so, okay. Jesus, All Might, you're gonna kill him! Man. Once again, Rey making that climb, but All Might... Oh! He misses the dive. Totally whiffs on it. Alright. And now All Might going to the top and making that climb himself in the corner. Can he get the job done? Can he escape? He's making it up higher, folks. And Rey struggling to his feet. Can Rey get there in time as All Might is going across and going out? Get there, Rey, get there. Climb, Rey, climb. All Might is almost there. Almost there. Mysterio makes it back. Makes it back. And the top of the cell here. Can he kick him off? Can he? Oh, and Rey might just have lost the match right there. That might be it. All Might making his way out of the solid steel cage. Just a little bit further. He's so tall, folks. And Rey again. Rey again. Making the ascent as All Might just, yep, that might be it. No pun intended. That might just be all she wrote. All Might escapes. Rey Mysterio unsuccessful. And there is your winner. All Might. But no, whose music is that? It's Randy Orton. We've got trouble, trouble, trouble. He's in a cage. He's in a cage. How did he do it, folks? How did Randy Orton even get in that cage? That is insane. Where did he come from? How? How could he do it? And that's Smackdown for today. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.